Happy video day, guys. So it's finally time. It's time for Makeup on the Red Carpet, the Met Gala 2019. If you guys know, the Met Gala just happened a few days ago. And so of course, guys, I've been gathering all the information I can on their fashion, as well as all the makeup that the celebrities actually wore on their faces. So I've been looking everywhere. I've been gathering all this information for you guys. And of course, like always, I did recreate one of the celebrities' looks, and you guys will see who it is once I get to her. And if you guys want to see how I came up with this makeup look, it will be up on my Instagram at The Glam Ranch. So you guys can jump over there and follow me so you guys can see how I came up with this makeup look. And guys, there's so many things to go over. I had to cut this list. I had way more people to put on, and I said, no, I'm gonna have to just pick the ones that I love the most, just because there was just way too much, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and let's just jump right into it right now. If you guys don't know, the Met Gala always has a theme. So this is a gala that's put on for the Costume Institute of New York City. It's like a big deal. It's kind of like one of their things. They do it every single year. Vogue's Anna Wintour is the one that usually picks the theme, and it's like a big deal. Anna Wintour is like, have you ever seen The Devil Wears Prada? She's like the Meryl Streep of Devil Wears Prada, and she's like, you know, the one that comes up with these themes, I guess her and her team or whatever. And this year the theme was camp. So a lot of people are saying when they heard camp, they think camping, you know, going outside in the wilderness, but that is not what camp means. So this is like a quick little thing that Wendy Yu, for the curator in charge of the Costume Institute, said. She says that camp is a question mark that won't let its line be straightened up into an exclamation mark. I want people to leave thinking, what is camp? That is the power, the poetry behind camp, constantly trying to define it. Now, another thing that they were saying is like camp is supposed to be like exaggeration, and the only thing that I can think of is like how Lady Gaga would show up to award shows in a meat dress, that it's almost like too much, that you're like, whoa, that was like a huge exaggeration on an entrance. Like, think of that, like things that are just way exaggerated, or just being like way too literal and taking it like way to the next level, almost to the point that it becomes tacky. So that's kind of like what camp is, and that's what the celebrities were all going for. So you guys are gonna see that there's some things here that are just like way out there, but it's supposed to kind of be out there. So we're gonna get into that. Of course, not every single person goes 100% by the theme, and some people try to make it a more subtle theme so that they don't have to like go so literal into what the theme is. So let's jump into the first celebrity. So the first celebrity that we're gonna be talking about is Cardi B. Now guys, Cardi B made an entrance, and we're talking about exaggeration. We're talking about feathers on feathers on feathers, and she literally looked like a exaggerated bird, you know, like with all the feathers everywhere from head to toe. She even had like a piece that went over her head. So we're talking about extreme exaggeration, very camp. So she just looks like the Queen of Hearts mixed with a bird. So the designer she's wearing is Thom Browne. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And he said, so in his description of the dress, he did say that it was like a Queen of Hearts. He also said that it was hand embroidered and hand detailed. It also had 30,000 burned and dyed feathers. And the dress took 35 people and almost 2,000 hours to create. So we are talking about a ginormous dress. Now, if you guys look at the dress, I honestly think that this was impeccable. She looked like an incredible queen of like another world. It was such a cool outfit. I really honestly like this one, especially within the theme. I thought it was pretty on point. Now, her makeup artist was Erica LaPearl. This is the same makeup artist she usually uses, and I was able to find out some of the items that she had on her face. If you guys can tell, there's a few elements of her face that are like super beautiful, and one of them is that lipstick. So I did find out which lipstick she was using, and she was using the Pat McGrath brand for the entire makeup look. So she was mixing two lipsticks together. She mixed the color Guinevere Matte Trance lipstick with Vendetta. And then for her eyeshadow, she did use the Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction palette, which I own and love. I honestly think that she did an amazing job. Just remember, guys, these are costumey looks. These are costumey looks, and I think that this was a total win. I think she nailed it. I think she got the theme. I think the makeup was cool. The dress was impeccable. Like, literally, she made an entrance with that. So I thought this was great. All right, guys, so we're gonna talk about Hailey Bieber. So that is the person that I recreated her look. So if you guys wanna see how I recreated her look, you guys can jump over to Instagram to see that at the Glam Ranch. But she is wearing Alexander Wang, and she looks really beautiful. This pale pink dress looks amazing on her. She almost looks like a Barbie doll, and she has that beautiful dress. Now, I will tell you in the back, you guys can see that she has like a crystal thong on. Now this could be part of like the exaggeration, the like I'm trying to be over the top. I mean, it's a cute outfit. She looks absolutely stunning. And what I love about this look too is when it comes to the hair and the makeup, I feel like they made a point to do something that honestly could become a trend. I love the bow that she has in her hair. I put one of my daughter's bows in my hair, so obviously this bow is just like way too poofy. Hers kind of goes down and is a lot prettier than this looks on my head. But I actually like the fact that they kind of did something that maybe could be recreated by people and maybe become a trend. So I did like that. So her makeup artist was Danica Bedrosian, and I love what she did with her look. Obviously, that is why I recreated it. I just thought it looked so pretty and chic, and she kind of reminded me like of a 60s Barbie doll with those 60s eyes with the high hair, and I just thought it was really pretty. So she did use one of my favorite foundations right now, and that's the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue Hydrating Foundation Stick. I actually really love this foundation, and that is what she used on her face, and I think it's a fantastic foundation stick. And for her bronzer, I found out that she was wearing the Endless Summer Bronzer in Warm from Bare Minerals. Now, I love her bronze. I think her bronze looks really pretty. I think everything looks very neutral and gorgeous, and I really honestly like this look. I don't know if this is one of the ones that went so perfectly into the actual theme of the show, but I do think that she looked really pretty. I love the makeup and I like the dress. Honestly, if they would take out the thong part, I think it would be a totally wearable, beautiful dress. Okay, so let's talk about Nina Dobrev. Now, Nina Dobrev looks extremely pretty in this short little dress that kind of reminds me of kind of like a pixie fairy kind of dress, but apparently the whole thing was kind of supposed to envision like glass. It's supposed to look like she was wearing like a glass dress, and I think it looks really cute. It's very short cut, and it looks really nice on her silhouette. I like the way that it really does mimic that look of glass. The designer of the dress is Zach Posen, and I think it was a very inventive dress. It was very pretty. Let's talk about her makeup though, because I really honestly liked her makeup. Her makeup was by Charlotte Tilbury, and then she was also using Peachgasm on her cheeks. So those are the two items that she was wearing on her cheeks. Then for her lips, we need to know that color. The color that she's wearing is Lost Cherry Matte Revolution lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. And the eyeliner is the Feline Flick eyeliner from Charlotte Tilbury. So those are the items that she has on her face. Another really cool thing I wanted you guys to check out is her hair. They actually put in these weird little hair pieces into her hair to make her hair look like that, and it was so cool. I honestly think her hair kind of mimicking the glass kind of look from the dress was pretty interesting, and I actually like this look. All right, guys, so let's talk about Bella Hadid. So now Bella Hadid is another one that they made look like a beautiful kind of Barbie doll, which was another one of those like big entrances movie star, look at me with all my diamonds and my beautiful dress. So she was wearing Moschino, and this dress was very pretty. It had these huge cutouts on the side. She had all of these jewelry pieces going up her arm. She had like way too much jewelry on, and she was also looking like very like in your face, look at me, look, I rule the runway kind of look. So I think it was very pretty. Obviously she looked incredibly beautiful, and her makeup artist was Mary Phillips, and Mary Phillips does such an amazing job on Bella Hadid, even though she's absolutely stunning anyways, but the makeup was phenomenal. So she did use a lot of products from Dior. So for her makeup, she used the Dior Backstage Contour Palette in shade Contour Light. And for her lips, she is wearing the Lip Glow in shade 001. So I think her look was very beautiful. I love the whole thing, how it all flowed together. All right, guys, let's talk about one that walked in, and I really think that she kind of did like a pretty good take on this whole camp idea. So that is J-Lo. So she is wearing Versace, and if you look at her, she's imagined like one of those, like this is how I envision this look. Like if you think of like somebody who comes in to do a dance or something and they're just like, look at me, I am like the queen of the entire show. She has like this whole beaded thing on her head that's matching the dress, and it's just like super like out there. She kind of looks like her sexy J-Lo self, but then they threw on this headpiece that was totally exaggerated. They did say that the entire dress was hand beaded with Swarovski crystals, and it took like a million years to do. So this is absolutely stunning. Now her makeup artist was Scott Barnes, and Scott Barnes usually doesn't say too many times what he uses on J-Lo's face, and unfortunately this time he didn't list anything either. But I love her makeup. I was looking at it and I was kind of like really dying to find out what her eyeshadow that she used was, because if you guys look at her eyeshadow, she has this beautiful purple eyeshadow all over the lid, and it kind of is smoked out to just look exaggerated. You could tell she has like a silver tone in the inner corners. Amazing makeup look, really cool outfit. And if you were gonna think of anything other than look at me, I'm exaggerated to the point that I'm almost super tacky, I think JLo got it right. I think this is a really cool look. Alright guys, so let's talk about Lily Collins. Now, I honestly think that Lily Collins was probably one of the coolest looks that I saw last night. So she is wearing Giambattista Valli, and I really honestly think this look was so cool. So if you guys look at her, they are saying that her whole, like, I guess, kind of like inspiration is like a Priscilla Presley kind of theme, and if you guys can tell by the high hair, and she kind of looks like Priscilla Presley of the past, and I think that her look was super cool. I actually really like this dress. I like that it was short in the front, but it is so ruffly on the top. I love the train. I think it kind of just really went into this whole theme really well, and then when they went to do her hair, I think they kind of like finished it off with the hair and the makeup, like really making this like super on theme. They really went for it and really went for that whole Priscilla Presley kind of vibe, because her makeup artist Fiona Styles really knocked it out of the park with creating this makeup look. I saw that girl Shay just finished recreating this look, and I said, well, I'm not gonna do it now that she did it because she did it so good. I was like, guess we're gonna have to find another look to recreate. So I honestly thought that this look was so phenomenal. Now her makeup artist Fiona Styles did an amazing job. So let's talk about some of the products that she had on her face. So she was wearing Lancome, so mostly everything was Lancome. Her foundation was the Lancome Tint Ultra Foundation Stick in 104, and her eyeshadow is the Color Design 5 Pan Palette in Lavender Grace, and her brows are the Lancome Source Gel in Nior. Her eyebrows look insane. Like, she just looks insane. I love this super lilac purple look on her eye. Like, how did they even think of just filling up the entire eye with like this purple like lilac color? I just think it was insanely beautiful. The really nuded out lip. I think everything just worked so great with the color of this dress. They put this cool little headband in her hair so that they can puff it up on the back, and then they just threw flowers in her hair. I thought this was such a cool look. This was super on theme. I really thought it was really good. It was a little bit, it was so on theme. It was like literal, almost to the point of, oh my God, that I liked it. I thought it was really cool. And I love the makeup. I honestly think this makeup was pretty damn phenomenal. So let's talk about Gemma Chan. So Gemma Chan was wearing Tom Ford, and I love this dress. Like, I don't know if this was supposed to be super over the top, but I would totally wear this. So like, I'm wondering, like, does that mean that I'm like a little over the top? But I don't think I am. But I would totally wear this dress. Like, I love this dress. I think this dress is phenomenal. The only thing that kind of made it throw over the top was this huge headpiece that they put on. Kind of made her look like a, to me, she almost looks like a frozen crystal dagger. You know what I mean? Like, she just looks like a frozen ice queen, and it looks so cool. Now, I really honestly think her makeup came out really pretty too. This was a really nice play on this dress. They were using a silver color on the eyes. They were definitely drawing from the dress. So I really liked the inspiration. So the makeup artist was Monica Blunder, and she did use a few products from the Tom Ford line, and the products that she used on her is the iQuad 03 in Cocoa Mirage. She also used the Shadow Extreme in silver and black. I guess that's how she got that beautiful silver on those eyes. So her lip color is 03 Pink Tease Matte. I think she looked really pretty. I honestly just think that she looked like a beautiful statue walking around, ice queen princess, and she looked gorgeous. Like I said, I love the dress. I would totally wear it. So Tom Ford did say his inspiration was Elizabeth Taylor. And yeah, I can totally see this being an Elizabeth Taylor type of look. You know, Elizabeth Taylor used to wear like all these beautiful beaded dresses, and look at this headpiece. Like it just, yeah, it totally is Elizabeth Taylor vibes. I can see where he got his inspiration from. All right, guys, so we're gonna talk about one that honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of these looks, but I did want to put this one in here just because they did a lot of effort to make these dresses, so I wanted to show you guys. So Kendall and Kylie Jenner both showed up together kind of like in a pair wearing Versace. Now honestly guys, these are not my favorite dresses. They are cool. They kind of remind me of like peacocks, like kind of look like two birds walking into something, but they are pretty and they're very Versace, so they're very like tight and figure showing, so they totally go with the designer, and they did throw all those feathers out there that totally make them extremely extravagant. So it goes with the theme. It's just not my favorite dresses, but they are cool. So they did say that these dresses took over 2 months to create. They also say that they were hand sewn with Swarovski crystals, and the feather trims were all applied by hand. So imagine 2 months to make these dresses. That's why I wanted to show them to you. So actually I saw this on Instagram the other day, and I don't think that this is where they got the inspiration from, obviously, but it's really funny. Maybe they got the color combination from here, but they show, I mean, I am not saying that they look anything like this picture. I thought that was so funny. I saw that on Instagram and I was like, oh my God, how do people find all these things? Like seriously, how do you guys find all these things? So their makeup artist was Mary Phillips. Mary Phillips knocked it out of the park with their faces. They looked so beautiful. I honestly love Kylie Jenner's look more than I like Kendall Jenner's look, but I think that they both looked really, really pretty. Obviously, perfect makeup. Their face was just like flawless, and you know, it was cute. It was just not my favorite look. All right, guys, let's talk about Gigi Hadid, and she is wearing Michael Kors. Now, I thought that this was really cool because Michael Kors' kind of inspiration behind this is like a style superhero, and it's funny because when I think of Gigi Hadid, I kind of think of style superhero just because at a certain point, I feel like the fashion and the style and the models were all kind of like disappearing. Like people weren't talking about models anymore until Gigi Hadid and some of the other people started coming into like play, and Gigi was like one of the first ones, so she kind of like brought back modeling. So if I think of like a style superhero, I would say yeah, like she was like the MVP. She brought it back, you know. So I really like that they put her in this, and this does look like a superhero to me. Like it's like cockatoo girl, you know what I mean? Like it's just like super cool. Look at these lashes that they put on this girl. Like literally, I don't even know how she closes her eyes. That probably was bothering her so much, but what a honestly, I don't even know how she was able to close her eyes with those things. That is a trooper for you guys. And her makeup artist was Erin Parsons. Somehow she still looks ridiculously beautiful with this ridiculous outfit on. And her makeup artist did say some of the products that she used on her face. So she was using the Maybelline Superstay Foundation in Warm Nude. And then she was also using the Maybelline City Bronzer to contour her cheeks and her eyes, her nose, and her lips. So that's how she came up with this beautiful, if you guys look at her, very natural makeup look, but super exaggerated eyelashes and a dress and an outfit that literally took style superhero to another level. It was probably the most insane of the entire night, and insane in I don't even know, because it's funny because like I almost feel like this is creative but at the same time too literal, and then sometimes I'm like, yeah, but who would have thought of making that into a dress? You know what I mean? So this is Katy Perry, and she is wearing Jeremy Scott. She should have been standing there next to Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast having a conversation. Like that's exactly what she looks like. She looks like an overgrown Lumiere. So I thought it was a really cool look, but at the same time, who would have thought of this? This is totally over the top because she is literally a ginormous chandelier. So they even built in lights into this chandelier. So she was like a literal walking chandelier piece, and her head, I don't know how that girl's neck is not hurting in the morning because she literally has a chandelier on her head. She's wearing Moschino, which the designer is Jeremy Scott, but she pulled it off, and only some people can walk around looking like this, and Katy Perry may be one. Her makeup artist was Michael Anthony. I will say the makeup out of everything looks super beautiful. Like her face looked flawless. You guys zoomed in on her face, like this makeup look was insane, and that lip, we needed to find out that lip. And I did. So on her lips, she is wearing CoverGirl, and it's a mixture of Pink Paws and Coral Cat. And those are two products that Katy Perry actually has their little line for CoverGirl. So for her eyeshadow, she's wearing Overthrown from CoverGirl. So this is an interesting one, guys. The concealer that they're using on her is a new concealer that's coming out in July from CoverGirl. So we don't know what it looks like. Coming out in July. And then her foundation is also from CoverGirl. It is the True Blend Matte Made Foundation. I think that she went good with the theme. I guess it was a little bit on the literal side for me personally, but I mean, she's a chandelier. Okay, so let's talk about somebody who honestly looked beautiful. Like, I know that some people are saying like mixed reviews on this one, but I think that this girl, like, I think Kim Kardashian looked beautiful. So Kim Kardashian is wearing the designer Mugler, and she looks so pretty, guys. Like, honestly, I think that the look itself was really, really nice. She is supposed to look like if she's wet. So the whole theme behind this is kind of like a wet look, and they said it was based on the archive pieces from the Mugler House of Fashion, and I really think that she really achieved that wet look. She literally looks like she went into water and walked out, and her entire body was like dripping, because you see like these like little beaded pieces that almost look like they could look like pieces of, you know, pieces of water kind of falling off her body. She looked wet. Like, it was such a cool look. The makeup on this was phenomenal. So her makeup artist was Mario, and he did use KKW Beauty on the entire face, which I think that was a great idea, and I'm so happy that Kim Kardashian did that, because if you have a beauty line, you should be promoting it. And she did use the contour sticks in medium 2 and dark. I love her contour sticks. It's the only contour stick that I use in cream format. And then her lipstick, she's using nude 2 cream lipstick. Her face looks incredible. I do think that this is pretty on theme. I know a lot of people are saying that her waistline looks too exaggerated, and that's not really good for, you know, people thinking of how real bodies should look. I believe that they must have put like some type of corset into her and put some padding underneath, because I feel like that might be part of the exaggeration of this look, is really exaggerating the waistline and also making her look like if she's literally soaking wet. You know how people love to put like the highlight on to kind of give that wet look? Like, I feel like this is just a play on exaggeration of wet, like that she literally looks like she just jumped into oil. So I think that this was a really cool look. I liked it. I thought the dress was insane. I thought it was beautiful, and you know, if there's parts of this dress that I would wear. So Lily Reinhart was wearing Salvatore Ferragamo, and I thought that she looked really cool. So this was supposed to be a take on a modern Maria Antoinette, and she did have like that modern Maria Antoinette with that really short dress, and it was that beautiful blue color. One of the coolest things about her face is how exaggerated those cheeks are. If you guys look at that real pink look on her face, like, it's really, really cool. Her makeup artist was Adam Buchard, and I think that he did a really good job creating that Maria Antoinette kind of look, kind of like how you remember like the Maria Antoinette times, and kind of bringing it into the modern times using a very, 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 very vibrant blush color. So I was able to find some of these items. They are using Maybelline, and the blush that she is using is the Fit Me blush in Rose, and they also put that on the eye and contoured with it. And her lipstick is actually Pink for Me, and it's also from Maybelline. I like this look. I think it went really good with the theme. I like the big floral headpiece on the hair, kind of making it more modern looking, and I think it was cool. Not my favorite look. I do love the dress though. The dress was pretty cool. I really like this look. I thought it was so awesome. So this is Lucy Boynton, and so they're making her look like a fairy princess, and she's wearing Prada, and I really do think that she looks like a fairy princess if you guys look at her. And her makeup artist was Joe Baker, and they really went out of the park here to make her look like a fairy goddess, and I think they did a really good job on her. If you guys look at those crystals that she had on her eyes, like, it just looks so cool. She looks like she came out of a pixie garden, and she was so cool looking. And those really cool headpiece that kind of matched the Prada dress, and that blue hair and that very pixie look to her, and I thought it was really pretty. They made her face look very, very, very subtle. So I was able to find some of the products that Joe Baker used, and they were all from Chanel. So she was using the Les Beiges Water Fresh Tint Dewy Hydrated Base, and that's to make her face look very dewy. And then she was using the Dual Bronze in Lumiere. So what they did was they put a turquoise lip gloss on top of her lips from the Rouge Coco Gloss. I definitely love this look. All right, guys, let's talk about Sophie Turner in Louis Vuitton. I actually love this look on Sophie Turner. This was such a cool look. This was a little bit I don't really know if this was so in the theme, but I thought it was really, really cool looking. I love the colors that Louis Vuitton put in this outfit. And her makeup artist was Georgie Diesel. Guys, I love the makeup. I love that exaggerated cat eye. I love the way that they put the glitter in the hair. Like, she literally looked like a glittery ball. I believe that that is what she used on her eyes for sure. But overall, I think the look was really, really cool. I love the hair. I like the way everything looked. I think it was super fun. So if anybody was the inspiration of this camp theme, Lady Gaga would be it. So Lady Gaga was wearing Brandon Maxwell. Apparently they have a huge friendship, her and the designer, and they've known each other for many, many years. And this look was insane. Apparently Lady Gaga had 4 outfit changes. She changed 4 times. I feel like the dress itself was like all the pieces were together and she would just rip off pieces and be in different outfits, but she had 4 different entrances, that making it super exaggerated in itself. And like, look at me. So her makeup artist was Sarah Tano, and you guys got to look at those lashes. I know Sarah Tano said on her Instagram that she actually brought in somebody who designed these lashes and helped her apply them, but those were insane. Like, they look so cool. And another person that I don't know how she was closing her eyes the whole day, but the makeup that they were using were all from Marc Jacobs, and I was able to find some of the makeup products. She said that she was using the first ever Marc Jacobs Beauty skincare in Youthquake moisturizer. So maybe this is something that we're going to be seeing coming out pretty soon from Marc Jacobs. So she was using the Accomplice concealer instead of foundation on Lady Gaga's face. She was also using the Accomplice blurring powder. And finally, for her lips, she is using Flamingo from Marc Jacobs. I think this look was super cool. I think the whole thing went totally with the theme. I think her changing 4 times even made it more into theme. I think it was super out there, and it's Lady Gaga. Would you expect any less? She did a great job. All right, guys, and the final person we're gonna talk about, finally, we're at the end. So we're gonna talk about Priyanka Chopra. I love, love, love this look. Her makeup was super on point. She was wearing Dior, and she kind of looked kind of insane, but at the same time pretty cool. So I thought her dress was really cool. She kind of looked like a evil queen from like one of those fairy tales with that huge crown looking thing on her head. But the makeup was really costumey here, which was actually pretty interesting. So Patty Dobrev did her makeup, and I like the fact that they kind of went really, really literal with the rest of the dress, and she brought in a lot of white into this look and especially exaggerated that lash line. So she was using Marc Jacobs Beauty for the entire makeup look, and there was a few items that she used that I was able to find out for you. For the concealer, she was using the Marc Jacobs Accomplice concealer. She was using the iconic palette in Scandalous and Provocateur. For her blush, she was using the Air Blush in Lush and Libido. So those are the items that she used on her face. I thought that this was like a really cool theme. I like her look. It reminded me of a queen that you would see like in the olden times, and I don't know, it was just a really cool look, and I thought she did a really good job, and I thought the dress was really cool. So that's it. That's all I have. But now we've come to the end of the video when I will tell you guys who I think was the best dressed of the night and the best makeup of the night. So for the best dress of the night, guys, this is hard because I was trying to think, do I just think of who I think looked the best, or do I think of who looked the best within the theme? And I think I'm gonna have to combine it. I'm gonna have to add a little bit of the theme into it because this isn't supposed to be just like the best dress, you know what I mean? And I think the best dressed for the theme was Cardi B. I think she definitely had the biggest entrance. She definitely had a dress that was just insane, like all eyes on me. Like, I don't even know how she sat down with that huge thing. And I think that was such a cool dress. So I'm gonna give it to Cardi B. And then for the best makeup of the night, I'm gonna have to give this one to Lily Collins. I honestly just think that the makeup was just so on point for the theme that she was going with the outfit. And I think this whole Priscilla Presley vibe just really, really was done perfectly, and she just looked insanely gorgeous, and I really liked it. So that is all I have for you guys on this makeup on the red carpet, the Met Gala. So of course, guys, there will be more makeup on the red carpets coming, but we've got to start waiting for those red carpets to start again. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know below. Who'd you guys love the most at the Met Gala? Leave me your comments below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!